Hi, this is Stephanie, and this is the last screener in the series of evaluation screeners that I've done. This is showing the example of having placards holding up the responses that the user can select. So this is using kind of hand effects from e-learning art, and I've just animated those effects in from the bottom. I've grabbed file folders that were from the e-learning course that the user just completed, and I placed those into this question because the question itself is asking them how they felt about the case studies. So I wanted to bring an element into the question that they could relate to when they're pondering the answer to that question. So this is in preview mode in Quizmaker. It's already a completed question, so let me replay so you can see the animated effect. Alright, so it comes in there, the user selects the choice that's most applicable and then clicks submit. So let's close preview and see how I did this. Back over in Quizmaker and in slide view, I've worked with the slide layout to change the background to solid white. I've used the insert picture option to bring in this graphic that was previously created, and same as all these graphics down here. So each one of the hand graphics, I've just used insert picture to bring it in, and because they were previously created in PowerPoint as it happens. And then after I did that, I moved each one of the radio buttons onto the appropriate placard and in the appropriate position on that placard. And then once I finished doing that, I animated the elements that I wanted to show a little bit of motion. So each one of these placards are animated in with a fly-in effect from the bottom. Sorry, I keep clicking the text button there. A fly-in effect from the bottom, and each one of the radio buttons also has a fly-in effect from the bottom. The speed on those effects are medium. Now you'll notice that each one of the placards that I have here are in at a different height, and I did that on purpose to create a little bit more realism. When they all came in at the exact same height, it looked fake, it looked kind of unreal. So this one, the yes one, is actually the full-size picture. When I brought in this one over here, the NA, I actually just double-clicked when I brought it in, and I used the crop tool in Quizmaker just to cut the image off, and then I lowered it down to the bottom of the slide. And I did it at different heights on each one to create that effect. So if we take a look at the timeline down below, you can see that picture number 1 is at the very bottom of the timeline. That's the folders. There is no animation effect with that at all. Picture number 2 is the first placard. That comes in right as the slide starts, and that flies in from the bottom. Picture number 3 is somewhat, and it comes in just a little bit delayed. You can see that there's a slight delay from the first placard to the second one. And same for picture number 4, which is the yes placard, and then picture number 5. So they'll come in just a little bit after each other. And then finally the pick 1, which is all of the radio buttons, they all come in from the bottom. They fly in after that point. And that's it. So let's take a look at it again. Just do a quick preview. And there you go. So another very simple effect created in Articulate, Quizmaker, and PowerPoint to add some jazz to your evaluations.